Hey, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you have an amazing start to your week. Welcome to Mindset Monday. My name is Drew Demery. I am a business coach, a father, an entrepreneur, and a real estate agent for the last 20 years. And I will tell you, if you've watched any of my sessions prior, mindset is the key to any success, either in your personal life or your business life. And today we're going to talk about a topic that to me is quintessential in what the growth mindset is all about. It's the F word, failure. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about what I feel is the quintessential element on success, which is failure. You're like, what? That doesn't make sense. Well, let me tell you, as a business coach, the number one question I always get is I want to be successful as fast as possible. And they say, so Drew, what do I need to do? And so I lean in, tell them as honest as I possibly can. So the silver bullet to success is failure, right? See, failure allows us to see that you're trying, yet the growth mindset tells us that how quickly you recover from failure is the key, right? Because all of us know when we fail at something or a relationship goes not well or we make a choice and it's a bad choice, we just get that pit in our stomach, right? And we feel like we've been kicked down and we feel like we should just stay in bed. Those that fail and get back up quickly, honestly, they succeed. And there's so much data, so much history, so much reality in that statement, right? So typically on Mindset Monday, I do a quote at the end. And instead, today I'm going to actually start with it because it really does kind of pinpoint some of the key conversations. And it really is my favorite quote of all times. I have it in my email signature. I've had it for probably 10 years. I have it hanging up in my wall right here. It's from Winston Churchill, and it says, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm." So when you can get to the mindset that success consists of going from failure to failure without the loss of enthusiasm. So when you're failing, you know you're failing forward. When you're failing, you know you're trying. When you're failing, you know you're not complacent. You are doing it, right? And are we perfect? No. Are we human? Yes. So failure is inevitable, right? And I will tell you, I've never learned anything more valuable than failure than I would as compared to success, right? Getting that trophy, getting that award, it's amazing, yes. But when I fail at a business, when I fail at a relationship, when I fail at something, it is almost impossible. But as a human, we pause and we reflect. We say, what did we do right? What did we do wrong? What could we have done differently? So I want you to go into this week and think about, yeah, failure is a part of our DNA. Failure is a part of what a growth mindset is and how can we work through. So here are three things that I want us to use to change our mindset around failure. So number one, the most successful people in society, in history, have come out of failure. We're going to talk about that in a second. Failure number two is failure has taught me that I am tougher than I thought. There's so many times when something happens negative in my life, and I honestly don't feel like getting back up. When I do, and then I reflect years, months, whatever later, I go, man, I was badass. I actually was tougher than I thought. I could endure that. I could recover from that. And in fact, I am doing better because of it, right? Number three, it causes me to change and evolve more quickly. The faster we fail, the more we fail, the more resilient we become. The more we become like Teflon on our skin and in our hearts and in our souls, right? The more that when we fail, we realize that yes, it's human, but it's also just temporary, right? So going into this week, I want you to think about that and reflect. So part of failure is acknowledging and then that reflection back, right? That that mirror approach, right? And so failure is the past, right? Using your failures as a way to reshape, your future, right? That's what the growth mindset is all about. But there's a kind of a saying or a visualization I kind of think back so many times when I'm dwelling on the past. especially my past failures, that allows me to go, I need to move on. So think about you're in your vehicle, right? You have the windshield in front of you, and you also have the rear view mirror, much smaller, not nearly as wide, not nearly as large, right? That's what life is about, right? The rear view mirror is what's happened in the past. And yes, you need to reflect. And yes, you need to reevaluate the approach. But there is a reason why the rear view mirror is so much smaller than that really large, wide open, clear windshield, right? Because the windshield allows us to focus on what's forward. It actually allows us to steer going forward rather than steering on what is in the back, rather than reflecting on what's in the back, right? So reflection of your failure is important, but I don't want it to prevent you from going to massive action in the future, right? Like we said, failure is going to make you better, but it also makes you faster because you become more successful because you fail often and you take risks and you change your world and environment. So remember, number one, the most successful people in society have come out of failure. That was one of the things we talked about just a few minutes ago, right? I'm just going to run through these. You know them all, but it's a reminder that we learn from our failures and we have some amazing things in our world because of it. Walt Disney, he got fired because he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. Are you kidding me? Hello? Have you heard of all the amazing things that they have done, right? That he has done, that he built his legacy. J.K. Rowling, we know her, right? She's built many of the books and the movies for Harry Potter, right? Um, she was on welfare before she had those books, right? She could have failed, aka welfare, and just crumbled. She could have accepted defeat and lived in that space, but she climbed out of it through that failure, right? Harlan Sanders, age 65 years old, his restaurant fails. He had only $105 to his name in his bank account. He had a Social Security check that he had. It was his final attempt at franchising his favorite recipe, his fried chicken. Was rejected 1,009 times by people. No, I don't want your fried chicken. No, I don't want your franchise. No, I don't want your restaurant. But we know that was where KFC was born, and it's still alive and thriving today. 65 years old, $105 to his name. Did he give up? Did he fail? Did he just quit? No, he persevered. James Dyson, over 5,000 prototypes. He spent his entire savings spending, so much money on this Dyson vacuum. And we all know now Dyson is a household product. Over $4.9 billion in assets currently and growing, right? And then the last one, we all know this one, the lights are on, right? Thomas Edison, 10,000 attempts to create the light bulb. Hello. Literally, he created the light because of his failures. So I want you to go into this week and I want you to reflect on what you failed at, rearview mirror. And then I want you to reframe it and what you can use and how you can harness it to actually use the windshield to move forward, right? What do you need to do to readapt? What do you need to change your mindset? What do you need to do to take your failures and turn them into future opportunities? So I actually have one more quote for you. The final quote of today's Mindset Monday is from Henry Ford. It said, failure is only the opportunity to begin again, only this time more wisely. Like I said, I repeat it twice, right? Failure is only the opportunity to begin again, only this time more wisely. Go into this week, think about what you can do to make a difference in your mindset and fail forward as often as you can so you can learn from it. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy these quick sessions with me. Subscribe, comment below, give me your feedback. How do you react to failure? What has it taught you in life? What have you done to overcome those obstacles that are put at your feet? All right, have a great day, and I'll see you soon at our next session. Have a great day. Bye.